stronger. I want them to look at least competitive, because one-sided games are fun if you're on the winning side, but apart from that, it can get really boring. As we can find a first knock up here onto Vampire there, even flashing in for this, and there is the first blood for AL once more. And I can hear Aragon crying in my head right now. That must have hurt, my friend.
I don't need Aragon here. I can hear Vampire crying right about now. This is 2 games in a row now. We saw in the first game, thank you, we saw that Vampire and the rest of WE, they kind of got found out in the early game of game number 1. Game number 2 starts the same exact way. WE are able to find some work here. Now, Flandra, you are playing Sion. Tarzan's going to walk right into this, and this could be very dangerous here for WE.
Yeah, Monkey has to be very careful. Tries to use a plant, has to flash over the wall. As Cube is, trying to bodyguard him a little bit, but they're flashing forward. They're playing it aggressively. And now Monkey is in that position. They fight the next kill. Flandra stays alive. Tarzan going down eventually. But they're trying to trade something back as Cube is moving forward. Knockup fits very well here. And Cube has to flash out again. They are not getting a lot back here at all, as Shanks can try to walk it off.
Capacity, unless maybe opts into the Leandries, but especially now that we are on 25-11, there are a lot better and stronger mage items. They took a lot of power out of the Leandries, making it like 60 AP, I think. So yeah. I really feel like AL, if they get a long game here, they are very happy with the state of the game, and just being able to make sure that's kind of what we're going to be watching, whether or not WE can kind of utilize some of their early spikes, especially on 1 and 2 with Karis and Taeyun and Monkey, and if AL, they can get to 3-item Azir, or 3 items on Kaisa.
Yeah. Well, let's see. It's going to be a little trickier, as we can see already the first lane swap coming out. We have Flandra now on bot lane, and moving outwards as Tarzan manages to smite away his Grump, and therefore feel probably quite good, but he has no chance to move further forward here, and I'm not sure Flandra can help him. So he has to accept the fact that WE, that Monkey can go for a bit more of an invade. He's trying to move in maybe again, but there's not a lot you can get. They should try to just stay safe here. But there's nothing in this top side.
You can just start up Dragon, right? Like, you know that, yes, Ahri can eventually move, but Tarzan is basically going to be relegated to the top side of the jungle. Cassante is going to hit level 6 on this minion wave, so we'll have access to the all-out, and that should make him a little bit more durable, especially versus a top lane dive. So Monkey getting themselves the first dragon feels nice, and definitely gives him some time here. He'll get this dragon, and I don't know if it'll be enough experience. If this dragon by itself will give him level 6, he also has at least 1 more jungle camp he can take. He can also walk through one of these lanes and soak some XP. Having that ultimate would actually kind of open up a lot of plays for WE, especially on these side lanes, if they go for an overextension.
Yeah.
Top side, this does give them numbers advantage for these grubs. And I think this is a huge win for AL, just being able to have earlier and easier turret taking prowess, especially for a champion like Azir, who is going to be on a side lane. And once he's done with this, Flandra can very easily just use his ultimate and come down towards the bottom lane. So, might even just be a fight here.
Yeah, they're looking for a charm hit, but Flandra should go down here, tries to buy some time. The ultimate comes through, but it's just not enough. Very nice Everest divide into Cyclo there, and now with the passive, Flandra wants to come back to the fight. Cube only now arriving. Is that enough for them to trade something back as Shanks is being charmed, stands very far forward, picked up eventually, and now AL, they kind of have to run for the hills, because these charms from the side of Car is very nice. The charm, but it's just not quite enough. Only hits the clone here. Spicy, but I like this. WE, they are showing fighting will, fighting power. That's exactly what they need. We've mentioned it before. It's the early game. You want to, find picks for on the side of WE. Now with the Pantheon ult coming in once more. They're trying to trap Hope here. KL not really able to move back in. Very low. Doesn't even have that level 6 just yet. But now with the TP coming out from Shanks, WE did get everything they wanted.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good enough play from them. It gives them a play in mid here for Karis, who did get a couple of kills in that last fight. And a lot of summoner spells used there by anyone's legend. In particular, that last little bit of play that we saw where that flash from Karis got the cleanse out. Ooh, they make this dive happen. No one's going to be in the area. Kael is nowhere nearby.
Very nice chunk out there from the ultimate, as now there's not really anything you can do. Shanks going down, no flash available. So, easy kill.
AL are going to try to fight their way through here. They have some pretty big items to start.
Yeah, let's look if there's anything they can do. Charm hits some support, but we do get a very nice Cyclone into the backline, but the damage is just not there. Vampire picks up a kill, but now we get the killer instinct from Hope. He's trying to trade something back. Everyone dropping extremely low as Q is in the ultimate, the all-out, doing a lot of work. Now Flandre in the passive has to put in the work as Hope picks up a double kill
What is Hope
here.
doing?
But it's already an insane play here by Q. Hope picks up the double, but Q completely... When being in, they want to go for the strike, and they don't really see a world in which you can play the fight again. Tarzan over the wall, looking for the plant to maybe find something, but the Drake is down. There's not really an angle for you to fight now, as Flandre has to flash away from Vampire. And I think you should move away. But they're going in. There's another very nice Cyclone, and they're looking to put out the damage, but Q again playing a wonderful frontline here for the side of WE. Karis picks up the next kill, and now Flandre is being chased. Charm hits, and he's down. Very well executed by WE here.
What are we doing, AL? Like, why are we fighting? We know that we don't have our Cyclone up. Let's just go and catch our waves. It's going to be Shanks now, dying, and another mid-turret.
I mean, very nice try there with the Empress Divine. Hope can try to trade something back, has to flash underneath the turret. Turret aggro eventually does the job, so Cube is going down, but so is his mid lane tier 1. That looked so strange. Also, I never understand why would you fight? The Drake is down. There is no objective for you to fight about. So just leave, call it a day.
Yeah, let's get top waves. Like, if Cube is going to teleport into the mid lane so that they can contest for the dragon, as AL, have Flandre maybe take over the bottom lane and just send your Azir top lane. This feels like a huge mistake and an overinvestment here from anyone's legend. Tarzan has now died like 3 times in a row over objectives that do not matter in the grand scheme of this game. And while it is AL, with grabbing those grubs, now potentially even getting themselves a Herald here.
Herald spawns, and we're looking to see if AL can get anything out of this. Another Magnet Storm into John. Yeah, that one is done and dusted. KL kind of off to the side there. Not really anything you can do. Turret goes down. But it was a close call as Hope doesn't have flash, only has cleanse. He tried to ult there, but it didn't work, obviously. Nice headbutt. They're trying again with the Empress Divide, at least forcing some flashes out here, but AL, they're losing a lot right now.
What the hell am I watching right now? That was really well played by Karis. He gets the charm in the middle of the Killer Instinct from Hope, so catches him mid-air. He's in point-blank range, so it's kind of hard to miss, but I still want to give him props. The solo lanes in particular from WE really showing up. Cube actually making his return to Team WE. He played on the back end of summer for this squad in 2023, so did get to play with Shanks a little bit before his time, but especially for anyone's legend, like, what exactly is going on? This is a game where Tarzan is having that performance that we kind of talked about in the pre-show, where he is kind of losing his mind in this early game, maybe feeling like he has to give his life and really play with his HP bar to use that Cyclone to get things done for his team, but instead prioritize being here for the fight instead. More waves being caught, Tarzan and Kyle there by themselves.
Oh, that was the instant killer instinct coming out, but they're at least picking up something. Karis gets the kill, but Monkey is down. That's important. Now, Vampire a little too far forward as Karis is being chucked out a little bit too. Still has the Spirit Rush, still looks to find something. Cube now in the area as well. We do get the Ethicon on the map, but no one actually cares because this is about Drake. They want to stop the strength stacking from the side of WE. They need to get something here for themselves in order to buy themselves time. They need this time, they need the scaling. There's no jungler on the side of WE, so the Drake goes to AL, and now they have to move out, not force another fight. That Tribush backcourt is a little cocky. Oh my god, okay.
Taeyun's on left, it's fine. I like this though, this is really well played, and maybe WE feel like they can start up the Otacon. They'll take this next wave. Monkey does have the Grand Starfall. If they get good position here, I feel like they can try to force AL. They know that they're missing on some of these ultimates and a lot of those summoner spells in particular. I mean, Shanks is going to have to TP back to this. There is no Unstoppable Onslaught, no Killer Instinct available for anyone's legend. They're going to have to look to turn, and there's no charm anymore.
So also don't really have a lot of vision. The only hope they have is that the Ethicon is definitely doing some work here on WE as well. They just have to find an angle to move in. We're looking, Flandre gets charm, can play the front line a little bit, but now is knocked into the wall, and they're moving in. The all-out over the wall coming out, but they're actually able to play it. WE is in a really bad position here. The smite sits there, and it's Tarzan who actually manages to pick up the Ethicon, but at what cost? As Hope is trying to get some kills as well as Karis. Very nice Magnet Storm again towards the side, and it's a quadra kill here for Karis and the ace. Holy.
I don't know if that's exactly the situation that anyone's legend wanted. Karis gets himself a quadra kill. He gets to absolutely go berserk in this fight on the Ahri. And how much more can WE get from this? Because they don't have a dragon.
Well, but you don't want to just build on that one carry for the side of AL. I'm afraid Hope is not able to 1v9 this game.
Yet, that we know of. Hope has had a lot of incredible games. One of the reasons why he's on that All-Pro ballot as one of the top 380 carries in the league right now.
Yeah.
Still possible for AL to be able to fight back again if this game does go later. We're getting to that point that we were talking about, 25, 30 minutes. You're going to have an Azir with 3 items. You're going to have a Kai'Sa with 3 items as well. They're starting to get to that break point. Terminus now finished here for Hope. But for WE, one of the reasons that they have been so competitive, again, really feels like it has been off the back of players like Monkey and Taeyun. But this is a really refreshing kind of game where we are seeing Karis and Cube step up we haven't seen them do before.
Oh, yep. That was a kill right there, as we also heard the Sion come out, and Flandre trying to trade a little bit here. Karis has to use the ult takeaway.
Yeah, just go Baron. Go Baron. We have Kai'Sa, Azir, Shanks. We do not care about this mini wave, guys. I promise you, just hit this turtle or hit this objective. This Kai'Sa's already going. Look at this Baron. Can our observers? Let's do a little bit more zoom.
Nope, we're not getting it. We're getting the charm onto KL instead. As Baron goes down, now they can turn towards the fight, but it looks like they are just going to sell their support in order to make sure everyone else gets a free Baron empowered backboard. Looking good as they are not backboarding, they're moving far into their top lane, picking up some camps here and there, and now the backboard's coming through. But the pings from the side of WE immediately go towards that mid lane. They want to trap here. Oh my god, Flandre, Tarzan in a really bad position. Flandre does not have that flash magnet storm, but there's the cyclone, there's the follow-up, and we suddenly have damage! AL, they are locked in and loaded. Triple kill for Hope. And that, my friends, is a late game Kai'Sa.
All of the damage was put into Flandre, and he's like, I am playing 2 item. I have 1,000 bonus HP from my soul furnace.
He TP'd.
I do not care. He's TPing in. They have Baron minion waves. They can try to hit this mid wave as well. They still have Azir. They still have this Kai'Sa. This might have been the turning point. Hope fly through.
Oh my god, Hope is an absolute psychopath going in between the turns with the killer instinct. I was just wondering, I saw the Void Seek, I was like, that's not enough damage, and then there goes the killer instinct as they're picking up Karis now, and
is that the game?
Yeah, what can I say? It's the AL show once more. They are playing guard the cannon minion here in mid lane, as Shanks is pushing on top side as well, trying to sync the wave. There's a TP into the backline. TP into the backline. Cube has to put in the work as the turret goes down for the Azir, who cannot come here just yet. And they're fighting something, but Monkey is just not dealing enough damage so far. Cube has to be the damage dealer, but Hope is in the area. Hope can do a lot of work. Very nice flash forward, all out onto Hope. Hope is down, and that is the point where WE have to capitalize off of this, but it's just not enough. Cube goes down, Vampire is being chased, and it was a nice try, honestly. Good idea here from WE as Tarzan is just tanking the turret, getting ignited, you know. He's just taking all the damage. It does not matter. And again, AL with the upper hand.
I gotta say, Nila, I feel like AL have turned the corner here. I feel like they have gone to that portion of the game where they are nigh unkillable. Too many mistakes coming in from Team WE. Karis has to use a Spirit Rush to get out. Taeyun is still farming a top wave. If they hadn't made that play in that top side of the jungle on AL's side and simply just taken themselves the mid-tier 2, set up for that dragon in 4 minutes time, they could have been in a much stronger spot. But in a span of 2 minutes, WE have given up all of their gold lead, a lot of their advantage, and I have to say, yes, it will be a Cloud Dragon and a potential soul point for them if they can grab this. If they can grab all of 4 of these dragons, then yes, they can have some 1,000 gold lead before this part of the game. Now completely evaporated. Shanks by himself. It's a bit of a magic damage shield here, but look how much health he has from the Rylai's.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work, trying to buy some time. You use the Magnet Storm, use the Spirit Rush. Monkey moved in as well. They're trying to snipe him with the True Shot Barrage. It's not going to be enough. Void Seeker going just wide, but they still pick up the kill. Karis is down, and now Tarzan goes for another Cyclone into Killer Instinct. Taeyun 07 in chat for enemy ADC. This is not working out for them at all anymore. And they've reached, in my opinion, the point of no return. The scaling on the side of AL has completely taken over. They should have ended this game by minutes 25, and they did manage to do it. So now it's theirs to lose.
Man. Yep, Cube, let's see it. Any magician work does he have? You know, he's all out. It's him and Monkey. Base is fallen.
Yep, they're looking for it, but Cube really in a bad position here, completely left alone, is not even able, pulls the all out a little bit too late as even the Emperor's Divide comes out one last time, and again, AL taking over the game. They did make some mistakes here early on, but in the end their scaling was just better, and the deciding factor here. We go